Now we're going to talk about part E. Every time that they give us a problem, this should be very similar to what we did in exercise 5, but this time they just gave us numbers. And they're asking us to show the work and to create a number line diagram. We're just going to use one arrow from here on out. You might have noticed that I only used one arrow on the other problems as well. Rather than going all the way to 1.5 and then going to -3 or +3, I'm just going to do one arrow from the first number to the second number. Let's be reminded of our subtraction rules. I want you to fill in my blank. Minus negative is the same thing as plus positive. Maybe in 6th grade you went like this. Minus negative is the same thing as plus positive. So this is 1.5 plus 3. I can draw my number line. I know I'm going from 1/2 and I'm going to the right because positive goes to the right. I decided to put these numbers here because I knew I was going to start at 1/2 and go to the right. You can always, if you want, just go from -10 to +10, but then what will happen is you'll only be using part of the numbers. And it might be kind of hard to see. So when you're deciding what numbers to draw, I want you to think about where am I going to start and which way am I going to go? What numbers do I need? I know I'm going to start at 1/2 and go to the right. So I need to have 1/2 on here, and I need to have the numbers that go to the right of 1/2. So I start at 1/2 and I go 3. Notice I'm not just going to go 1, 2, 3 because these are halves. These are ones. So if I'm starting at 1/2 and I'm going 3, 1/2 plus 1 is 1.5. That's 1. Plus another one is 2.5. That's 2. Plus another one is 3.5. That's 3. I've gone 3 units to the right. I started at 1/2 and I ended at 3.5. I put my answer in a box. I checked to make sure, no show whoa. I started with what I knew, which is a subtraction rule. I knew they were asking me to create a number line and an equation. There's my equation, there's my number line. I've put my answer in a box. So I did all of my steps.